Weather.
Well, okay.
Well, we wanted to get into
Yeah,
weather.
right.
Yeah, we all love weather. I think that's true.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Weather's fun. The Four Seasons, Daniel Tosh joke. That's a very
That's a
funny
great-
one.
Would you
Why do you like all seasons? Because we skipped the bad ones.
Yeah, that's why I live in a place that skips the bad
ones. Yeah, he doesn't say bad, but we're a clean podcast.
would you guys be storm chasers?
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Really? Well,
I would do it in a heartbeat. If anybody does it and they do it at a high level, professional level, and listening, you let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll come do it with
you wouldn't want a guy who just does it on his own, just with no certifications?
Maybe. Maybe. That guy could be pretty fun. If that guy is into it, I don't know if there's any certification for any of this.
Oh, there is.
Oh, there is? So you have to go through a thing.
Well, I mean, there's nobody gonna stop
I used
you.
to watch a show. I watched a movie about it. They were filming this. What was the show? It was a Storm Chaser show.
Twister?
No. Yeah. That was a documentary.
I thought that was real.
No, there was a TV show about storm chasing, and during it showed them like how they all lived. They went and stayed in these hotels, and they'd get up every day and go chase tornadoes. And it was on Discovery. It was awesome. And during it, they were trying to film this 3D. They had a car that they're trying to basically get in a tornado, and then film this IMAX version of this tornado. And so one guy that was a part of the Storm Chasers was with them, being like, "Hey, we're trying to shoot this as a movie. Can we go with you?" And so they made a car. The guy had a car that was designed to, like, when the tornado is over it goes down to the ground. It was almost like you could get no wind under it to lift it. And the movies played at the Huntsville at the Space Center. You'd see it like at a science museum or something like that. And I went and saw it. It was fun to watch it and then go, "Oh, this is the movie that they were trying to make." And I watched the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Weather.
It's kind of like your jokes when you watch them being formed, like on the podcast, and then you get to go see the final
And
thing.
you get to go see the final thing, which is
like
gonna
you're
happen.
in on it.
Like you were in on it.
All right, so you can do it as a hobby. You, if you want, get in contact with the National Weather Service, and they got some programs. If you want to do it as a profession, they say it's important to note most people don't make a lot of money. Average salary starting out $18,000.
Okay.
So many storm chasers support themselves with a second job, or do it seasonally. But
$18,000.
Yeah.
And that's so you have to get certified. I would love it. You wouldn't want to go. I mean, see a real tornado, man. That would be insane.
What do you do? What do you try to get inside of it, or what do you do?
I mean, it's kind of what the title is you chase the storm.
You're chasing it, but do you get all? Like,
I think you're trying to. You don't go away. And now, if it comes after you, you're gonna move.
How close do you get to it? You just don't follow it at a certain distance.
Yeah. They know how to get. They get where they can really film it.
Oh,
I mean,
do that.
The guys that are. Some are doing it like, the movie Twister, where they're trying to get something taken up in the.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's people that are trying to, I think, get that close just to understand a tornado.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see them, it's always like most cars going this way and then one car going towards it.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get near it. And so they see a tornado. They're trying to go to the tornado. Justin Smith, who was with me on the One Night Only tour, he lives in Oklahoma. And so we were there when the tornado came. And I know I say tornado. So I know because I say winda. And this
Colorado.
yellow.
That was Betas, Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
But he tornado, and so he goes tornado, or tornado. Nader. This Nader came over and so we went. It was the big one that they had that like wrecked that town, and so I was there. I was at a comedy club there, and Side Splitters, I think, or I forget what they have there, but
Looney Bin, Oklahoma
Looney
City?
Bin, yeah, Looney Bin. So I was there, and the day before they had a tornado go through one of the towns. I want to say Norman, maybe where Oklahoma University is, and it was really bad. And I went with him out, and I did try to kind of go see what was happening and try to find one, and we just didn't. But I mean, we were just driving in the car. There was something with the I forget now. I was listening to the news, and they were just talking to someone. I forget what it was. It was very funny how just the news covering of it. I was taking it personal. I think it was like very, was like, "Do you see a tornado?" And they're like, he's like, "Yeah, it's real over here." He's like, "All right, just do." He's like, "All right, well, okay, I guess I see it, but I guess you don't want to talk to me." Like, would say stuff like that. Like they'd go, "All right, well, we're gonna come back to you." "All right, yeah, I'm the one out here. But yeah, go do whatever you're gonna go do." I mean, I'm the one that is seeing all of it. Would always like kind of say stuff like that right before they go off the air,
Yeah.
and you're like, and she's really making it about this. He's like, "All right, thanks, Samantha. We're gonna be back to you probably later." He's like, "Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the main person here. I don't see. Okay, all right." And then it just would cut off to the next thing. But we went and watched it, and then I flew out that next morning, and I remember I had to fly out early. I don't ever fly out early. I'm usually like I try to be like a 10 a.m. to noon flight guy, and I left at like I didn't go to sleep. I just went to the airport and left at 5:30, and that big one came through that day. I would have never got out.
Wow.
I mean, I like, I'm not saying I would have died, but I would have been stuck. I mean, that came through. It was one of the worst,
Wow.
but you have the big one here.
Earlier this year?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not this year. There was one this year, but then the one there was one at night. That's the craziest one. We had one come through Williamson County at night, and a lady died. That's the scariest thing on earth because you don't know.
Yeah. Well, there was one that came through here March 3rd
Yeah.
through downtown, and yeah, it came right over us.
We've got the footage.
Well, that's what I shot from my deck. I mean, you can't see a ton.
Will we be able to show this footage? Will Brian not allow it?
We'll see. I'll think about
Breakfast
it.
is like the MLB. He doesn't want his own footage shown.
Why is it?
That's Transformer.
That's like the tornado.
Yeah.
You're tracking it by the explosions, so you don't know where it's at until you see an explosion, and the explosions happen because of it.
Yeah.
A tornado at night you don't even think about it because I don't think they're like super common.
Yeah.
Right. All right. We can mute it and just it's like trying to talk to someone on the phone when they're in the wind. You ever call someone and you're like, okay, I can't, and they're like,
I mean, it's footage of
just
tornado, and you're like, all right, it's fine. But I shot myself. And you're
Was
like,
that?
okay,
Did it show
whatever.
the tornado? I saw the explosions.
Yeah, but it's just funny how you just kind of just so blew it off. Like so
I didn't blow it
anyway,
off. I saw the explosions. I don't know what else you want me to do. We have a podcast that has to keep going. I can't stop and admire with silence, and there's just wind blowing through the thing. So I was like, all right, just cut the wind out. I saw the explosions. That was the tornado, right?
That was it
it?
going through there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what else happened after that?
Well, I mean, obviously it just destroyed everything in its path, and it kind of went right over. Our power
Yeah,
went
is that
out
the video?
of
Yeah.
it destroying everything.
Yeah. In the path? Was that the rest of it? The one that you're so mad at me for not watching the end of it? Is that what I missed?
It's just so funny. Like I have a first-hand experience, and you just moved on, just kept talking about other
No, I
stuff.
talked about it. We watched 20 seconds of it. Then it was just wind noise. And there's people that can't see this video at home. I don't know if y'all know how a podcast works, but people are not watching this where they're not all in this room. So we have to keep it moving. And y'all just like, all right, dude, okay, I guess you don't want to play my wind noise of this dark tornado that you can't even see on the screen.
You can't see it up there. You could see it. You could see it move across here that night. But I get what you're saying.
No, it's
It
fine.
did sound like, somebody's like speakerphone with like, yeah, I'm going down the interstate.
Yeah.
Cars rolled down.
And then the
Hey,
whole
he roll his windows up a little bit?
he's like, oh, you've been talking to him for an hour? Are you outside? No, the windows are down. You mean you could have stopped this, dude? You could have stopped it by rolling the windows up? And you didn't? All right. Brian's heroin. Go ahead. Heroin experience. Is it heroin? I don't know.
Harrowing?
Yeah,
Oh.
heroin.
I'll say a harrowing
I thought somebody else on
experience
heroin.
and a heroin
Well, Take
experience.
the middle mix of
Pretty
both.
different. Yeah. You got video of your heroin experience. Let's watch that.
Well, if he shows down on that video, you're gonna see a heroin experience because there's all the drug addicts live right below him.
Well,
So
that's-
you could have got both. Here's a harrowing experience, and here's a heroin experience, and you just show up and down. Because wasn't it all like on your street? You would see fights and
I'd see a lot. Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You can rent this apartment on Airbnb.